All right, I think we good. I think we good. Let me see. Uh, okay. Well, it's on. I just look like a Smurf, so there's that. Uh, and it does this weird thing where it just decides to, yeah. Okay. So why is it that every time I do a session, somebody calls me faithfully? Like, jeez, oh, Pete. All right. I hate when it does this weird blue thing for no reason. Like like every time we update our computers, like that's the one thing you guys don't know about. Like when we teach here, it's a whole thing. Like OBS does this thing where the moment your computer updates itself, it just does what it want to do. Yeah. So let me fix this too, because this is not the right background again. Uh, Properties. There we go. It just picks a monitor and does what it wants to do every time. All right. I think we're good now. I just hate that it does that weird, and I got to get in here and fix the settings every single time, and it's annoying. It's annoying because it's a lot that goes into this stuff, like the chroma key, the color correction, like the saturation. Like I can try to do something with it right now, but I oversaturates my hat, like it's just super red, and then like the brightness and all of that stuff, like anything that's remotely red is gonna come through super red. Like my phone is like radioactive right now, like it's all the way red, like it's a whole thing. The microphone, everything. I hate when it does that. Um, yeah, I'll deal with this when I deal with it. All right, it's just annoying. Uh, mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to write all this stuff down next time and just keep the numbers on hand, so if it does mess up, I can know exactly how to put it back. So yeah, we'll just leave it for that, like that for now. Okay. This is red as fire. It's too red. It's radioactive because it's Apple. Boom. Solved. All right, so let me shrink my big mug down. Technical difficulties are annoying. Okay. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully my smurfness doesn't bother you. But yes, it's a whole thing. See here. Says the color doing zombie. I know, right? Like I just crawled out of the grave. I'm just like it's annoying. Like man, I spent too much money on this computer for whatever it wants to do. Like it's OBS. It's not the computer. It's OBS. It just decides to delete all of your settings every time, and you got to come in here and mess with it and mess with it and mess with it. All right, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. But anyway, hopefully you guys are having an awesome evening. Let's jump right into it now. Welcome to Portfolio Watch on Mondays. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the things that are going on in the space and some of the things I'm expecting to happen so we can be ahead of the curve when it comes to portfolios, right? So we saw a jump in the market, right? So let's do a quick refresh, right, of old CoinGecko. All right, so we got Bitcoin at 28,000 up from where we left it at. We got Ethereum right now at around 15, slightly up from where we left it at. Tether at $1, who'd have thunk it? We got BNB right now at 2.13. We got XRP just below 50 cents, around 49 cents. USDC at $1. And we got Lido at 15 as well. Solana at 23. Looking good for the most part. Definitely up. Cardano still hanging out pretty much where we left it at 25 cents. Top performance for the last 24 hours. Bitcoin SV. So you know it's a weird day if Bitcoin SV is up, right? We got BitRoll, Stacks, Solana, Bitcoin Cash, Render doing what it does. So yeah. Now let me get over here. Oh, I didn't even delete that. Let me bring that back up. I think I got one over here too, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does. There we go. So, for the most part, everything is pretty much cool with our GMX watch. You guys know we're looking at the open interest. Keep an eye out for that. If you're new, I explained to you guys how we can use GMX and the open interest and based on how many long or short positions are currently in place, it gives us a good idea to what to look out for in case we may see a big move in the market. This is a great barometer that lets us stay ahead of the curve a lot of times. It's hard for me not to look at my face right now. I just feel like I feel so blue. But anyway, so it's a whole thing with this to make sure that we stay on the right side of the market moving, because we know a lot of times retail traders get trapped in the market whenever we see, you know, big interest leaning into too many buy positions or sell positions. So it gives us an opportunity to stay ahead of the curve in case we start seeing, you know, institutions come in and wanting to wipe out retail. This is a really, really good way to come in, right? So we're at 80 dominant, 80%. I appreciate y'all, man. So this is y'all homework for me as well. So that way when I'm looking at it, or I'm not looking at it, y'all can be like, hey, Kurt, GMX is doing some things. We're getting closer to 85%. So, yeah, this is Little Boy Blue. Thanks, Storm Child. Now I feel even worse about it. All right? Thanks so much. Oh, man. This is maybe you should apply for the Blues, brother. Y'all are petty. Oh, my God. More like Big Boy Blue. Says I'm blue. Y'all are so bad. Oh my God. Y'all don't waste no time with the jokes. I promise you. Y'all come right in with them. I swear. It's like the moment something pop off, y'all like, oh, go, 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 go. Jokes, jokes, jokes. Like I'm super. I feel like I ate one of them candies on Willy Wonka, and Violet. You're turning violet. Like that's how I feel right now. Okay. Anyway, it sucks. It sucks. All right, man. Let me see here. This is why the big spike at BTC. Says, okay, it's Halloween edition today. Says, got the squeezer. Man, listen, you get the squeezer. They had a popper, too. That was funny. Ain't nobody rolling meat in the hallway. Okay, so one of the things that we like to look at right now, like I said, this is keep us ahead of the curve. And we've been keeping an eye on the volatility index. Nothing too crazy going on there. Looking at this on the daily, quick reset of that. All right, let's get rid of the fib for a moment. So you guys can see that the market has had a nice jump to the upside. We were looking at this last week, and I was telling you guys, hey, we're already testing these levels. We've got a nice rejection from here. Price made another big move up, and I said it's going to take a large move for us to break back above and hold above these levels. It's exactly what I said. All right. And sure enough, what do we see? Big jump in the market for Bitcoin. Price is looking really good right now. Let's go to the 4 hour. Now, this is all recent stuff. This happened like today. So now you guys are saying, what's the big, what's the big move? Why is the market spiking? Why is everything happening like this for Bitcoin? Honestly, this is one of those scenarios where we're getting so many good things coming out right now with the SEC saying that, hey, we're not going to appeal anything. And then we got everything going on with the court cases saying that they have to approve an ETF. So usually when something like this is happening on a Monday, somebody knows something and they're making their move ahead of time. Okay? So am I saying the ETF is going to get approved anytime soon? Let's just say, how about this? Let's actually look it up, right? Let's look at the actual ETF. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Let's see. That was ETH. I need. Let's see. No. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. So, when is the next potential deadline for the ETFs, right? Because they may get delayed. They may not get approved. They may get delayed, right? So, today is the 16th. And we know Bitwise more than likely is going to get denied or postponed. And then we got the 18th coming up for pretty much, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, right? And then on the 21st is the very last one. Now, if all of these get pushed back, because they're not getting denied, they're getting delayed. That's the big thing. I want you to keep that in mind because I'm going to talk about some other stuff in a second. They're getting delayed, all right? They're not getting denied. So they may push these back. If we don't see an ETF launched by the 22nd or the 21st, yeah, it could get serious because now we're headed into what? The beginning of next year, right? January. All of these are lining up again within a span of 4 days within each other, right? So that's going to be a big deal. Well, let's say 10 days, 9 to 10 days, right? Let's say 9 to 10 days, right? So we got the 11th all the way down to the 19th, all right? So I want to be very mindful of these dates. If they keep postponing them, right? Because they keep postponing them, postponing them, postponing them. The very last deadline, the final deadline, this year, there's not a high chance of them getting denied anymore by this date. That's the date I want you guys to keep an eye out for, okay? There's also there's also some other stuff going on right now that I want to kind of get into with y'all as well. But I look at this and I get a little more excited about, okay, we're seeing a big move in the market. And here's the thing, like I'm gonna just go to the higher time frame again. Let me go back to the daily, and I'm gonna go to this chart because I usually don't have a lot on this one. So let's just go through the whole thing here, right? We saw this area, high point, down to the low point, give us 50% 618. Look how close we just got to an area of potential selling pressure up here. Okay? This is what I need you guys to understand. Like, these markets are getting very interesting. Now, here's the fun part. There is an area right here, right? This area here is going to be a tough area. Like, I'm going to be super excited when we finally get back above, like around 31. It's going to be a problem. But keep an eye out just below it. And I'm going to mark this up for you guys as well, too. This engulfing candle right here has been a problem. I'm going to turn this area white for you so you can see what I'm talking about here. All right, this engulfing candle right here, right? Let's zoom in. Let's get rid of the field for a second. And I'm going to get rid of these trend lines as well. Actually, I'm going to keep the trend lines. I want to get rid of this for a second. All right, so this engulfing candle right here has been an issue for a while because when it formed this engulfing, we know we boxed up the candle to the left, right? So this nice green candle, wick to wick. We boxed up this candle here. And notice what happened when we broke below. We couldn't get back above. 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 And we got rejected back down, right? So here we are now, right? Almost like I was about to sing Chris Brown's song. Here we are, all alone in this room. Okay, so now that we're back at this level, I told you I got the voice of an angel. Y'all be sleeping on me. So right here at this level, we're already seeing a bit of a rejection again. So it tells me right now, yes, these orders are still present. There's still some sell orders waiting at this level. So don't be laughing at me, Lynette. You know that was good, man. Y'all be trying to play like I ain't really got them pipes like that. Like I can sing. All right. This little boy, Angel Kurt. Y'all just gonna keep on with these blue jokes, man. I put on red to try to offset it. Like I knew this was gonna happen. All right. But this is the deal. When we're paying attention to these areas, like really look at this. This is a very good sign. When Bitcoin comes up and tests the level and we're seeing that bit of a rejection, those sell orders are getting filled. Meaning when we come back to this area, it definitely may be ready to get broken once we come back here because yeah, it's been a problem. It's been a problem way back since July. All right. We broke down here in the summer and we have not been able to clear back above this area since. Huge drop off. And you see, we're already testing, forming a nice wick, pushing back down. So yes, I am excited to see price looking to get back to that area. Big spike up, nice rejection back down. But it simply shows demand. People are having sell orders filled. That's great. No problem. I'm not upset with that. I'm cool with all of the sell orders getting filled. My only thing is moving forward, we gotta be mindful of getting in and getting out of these setups. Now, hopefully, some of you guys in this chat are starting to pick up on what I've been talking to you guys about why it's so important to get into the market and then get out of the market, right? Like, are you guys starting to like really see what I mean? In this climate, in this area right now, in this time and frame in the market, it's not about long term, right? Get in, get out, get in, get out. This is the prime example of what I'm talking about with the get in and get out mentality. Because there's some people like, oh, I'm gonna stay in and ride this thing to the, and I'm like, bro, you could have took profit right here and then came right back into the market and bought back in again at another dip. Like this is not the mind frame for long term, hold for life. Like this is not hodl season right now. Okay? And if you're paying attention and you're doing the things that we're saying, you're having a great time in crypto. Like this for you is like, man, this is one of the latest times I've ever had in trading because you're just getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, and you're watching your account get larger and larger, and now you're going to have more capital to work with once it's time to start doing the long-term hold thought process, right? See here. Let me see. Says someone definitely knows something. No, big facts. Big facts, Damon. See here, yes. All right. See Natasha, Amanda. Yep. In and out. Yep. Lynette, absolutely yes. I've been practicing with sniper vision. Let's go, Pete. See here, in and out with some with some food, with some burgers. Let's see here. I went to In and Out, but we don't have In and Out in Michigan, but I tried it out there. It's alright. It's alright. Like if I'm gonna be real with y'all, like the best fast food restaurant I went to down south was Raising Cane's, and we had just got like a Chick-fil-A in Detroit or in Michigan. Like we didn't have them for a while. Chick-fil-A is good, but like Raising Cane's got me for sure. Like I can't wait to go back and get some more chicken strips. But we don't have it here. They got it in Ohio, so you know. Let's see here. It's definitely a scalper's market right now. Absolutely, Storm Child. See here. See MT4 wise. See here. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Jay Bonham's channel has the sniper vision. Yeah. He's been killing it too, by the way. See here. It says, yep, we have them here. Yep, let's go. Checkers and rallies. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, we got same thing. Checkers, same thing. Checkers and rallies. So yeah. But yeah, I think I'm not a big fast food person either. So like when I'm out of town and somebody takes me somewhere, it's impolite not to try it, you know. So I'll try some fries and something like that, but I don't do the pork and the red meat stuff. But I'm working on getting this chicken up off me, man. Like I'm trying to go like straight, you know, veggies as much as I can. But I like crab legs. They're insects of the sea, delicious, absolutely delicious. Anyway, so. Folks be coming at you when they find out you eat like crab legs. So like, now I'm not a big. I'm starting to like get away from shrimp as much, but yeah, the crab legs thing, it's hard to drop them. Like king crab dipped in that butter. Ugh, getting hungry thinking about it. But yes, these levels right. It's bad too. I know how bad it is for us because like whenever we're on Go Live, if I start talking about food with y'all will squirrel off with me for like an hour on just food, and I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I know how we get. Man. It's a whole thing. Since I went to Fantastic Burger Joint Saturday, it says cooked fries and duck fat. Oh, that sounds good. See here, beautiful brisket. Yeah. Now listen, brisket, burnt ends. Listen, I don't eat the red meat no more, but back in the day, a good corned beef sandwich with the lean meat, some brisket. Bye. Trying to told you something. Yeah, it hit different. So, this food is like, man. Especially seafood, bro, Kurt, when you get to Antwerp, take you to a real place. I can't eat the red meat and the pork, Pete. I can't do it. This man, I don't know if I'm ever getting rid of shrimp and crab legs. I'm telling you, Joy, it's a thing. No, brisket slap. I'm trying to get there, man. I want to be vegan too, man. I'm trying to get there. I'm working on some things, but yeah, right now it's that chicken. I got to get the chicken up off me. And after that, and I like a good piece of salmon as well. People get on me like, Solomon. I'm like, man, salmon. All right, I'm not about to do this. This food is my love language. If he says no, like, yeah, man, I couldn't do it. Like, I looked up my blood type, and it doesn't mix well with like red meats, and obviously pork just don't mix well with nobody, but folks eat it anyway. All right, listen, you see what I'm saying? We just mentioned food, and that's instantly like 5 minutes gone off the rip. Like I can't play with y'all. Says Seabass. Man, I had a real good halibut one time when I went to Dallas. Oh my God, man, y'all got me thinking about. I ain't ate yet, y'all. Come on, man. Got my stomach sounding like two humpback whales fighting right now. It's just, I ain't got it on me right now, man. We gonna do this another time. All right. Oh man. It says Grace with the hot sauce. Oh my God, not Frank's. Listen, Frank's is that thing. All right. It says focus, Kurt. It's hard to follow you when you get squirreled off. I know, man. That's how they do me. All right, so we got some really good areas being tested right now. I'm loving seeing that. Yes, there's still some selling pressure up here, but this just proves my point. Stick to the right mindset when it comes down to these conditions in the market. One, and for anybody that's new that may not know what I mean when I'm talking about the conditions in the market. Let me refresh my screen over here real quick. All right, cool. So anybody may not understand what I'm talking about when I go into the whole, what are the conditions? Why are these conditions important? What do I mean when I talk about the conditions of the market? So here's the deal, all right? Whenever I'm looking at scenarios, right? Like right now, I've been talking to you guys about what? Right here, it's a problem, right? We haven't seen any new capital flow into the market, right? Is it just me? Do I do it like I'm getting a little more color? Am I still? I'm a little less blue. Feels like I don't know. Maybe I'm waking up. Maybe I'm coming back from the. All right. So we're not seeing any new capital come into the market right now, right? So that's a big deal. All right, we got to be mindful of that. So if there's no new capital coming into the market, how do you expect to make any money? All right. How do you expect to see anything go into your account if there's no new money coming in? We're not going to see all-time highs or any kind of crazy runs if there's no new capital coming in. So that's number one. All right. Number two is when we look over here and we're keeping an eye out for all these different things going on right now with the dollar, like there isn't any kind of real, hey, come in and get all the answers right now kind of thing. And let me go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. On November the 1st, what we got going on, family? Yeah, FOMC time, right? It's not the time to start going into the market telling yourself, oh, all I got to do is just find a position to hold on to for the next 6 months right now. No. This right now is screaming, be patient, allow the market to get into position, and then we will take our opportunities as they come. We'll find the buys, we'll find the sells, we'll ride this up and down, but do not get into the mind frame of I'm going to get into this long-term hold and just stay in this thing forever. Now, that's very different from dollar cost averaging. I want to be very clear. I don't want anybody thinking, okay, so Kurt said sell all my positions. No. When you're dollar cost averaging in your portfolio, you're putting a little bit in and you're just letting it run. A little bit in and letting it run. A little bit in and letting it run. These dips that we have, you're taking advantage of those, okay? These different opportunities I'm seeing right now, when we talk about the crypto and stocks live analysis call that we see, sometimes early in the day, sometimes in the evening, this is when you want to get into that mind frame of getting in and getting out. When you see those swipe trades or swipe coin calls, swipe coin, get in, get out, get in, get out, right? When you see the swipe coin scalper, get in, get out, get in, get out. Stop looking at this stuff thinking, oh, it hit TP. I'm going to keep holding on to the. Why? Why are you trying to, who are you trying to prove something to? The conditions in the market are telling you to take what you can get and wait for the next setup. Everything in the market is screaming uncertainty. Everything in the market is screaming figure it out for now and we'll get there as we go. All right? Every time I made a dollar, I closed my trade. I'm not mad at you, Pete. Honestly, I'm not. You get to a place where it becomes more of a muscle to get out of the trade because some people, and I'm going to be 100 with y'all, a lot of people never get to that place where they can actually close trades out, right? They get so caught up. Let me put my phone on silent. I hate when I'm doing stuff and people just keep trying to message me. I'm like, dude, that's why my stuff never is on ring. All right. Some people never get to the place where they can actually close trades out, right? Says, why is this not live? What do you mean? I am live. I'm on right now. I'm and if it's not live, I'm just that good because I knew you was going to type that. But no, so, see here, says Kurt, what do you think at level of interest rates will be for the players that come into the market? Wait, says, what do you think at what level of interest rates it will be interesting for big players to come into the market? So it's not so much at the level, it's the condition, right? For the most part, they're all waiting on the sideline, right? We already know there was trillions of dollars printed, right? And when they printed all this money, what happened was it didn't get put into a rocket and shot out into space and burned up in the sun. That money just changed a lot of hands and it's sitting on the sideline waiting for a new home, okay? So when we get over here and we're looking at the charts and we see Bitcoin making a big move to the upside, we see, let's see here, S&P, right, had a huge run up and then they had a pullback and then we had another run up and a pullback, right? So let me go here to the daily for you real quick. All right, we saw the S&P have a really nice sell-off and then another run back up again. And now we're seeing another sell-off and another push back up again. I'm going to draw this out for you so you can see it for yourself. Low point to the high point, right? What areas am I interested in seeing the S&P respond to? Oh, how convenient. How convenient, because this was once an area for buyer momentum. Price ran to the upside, came back down. What did it do? Gapped into the area, right? Gapped into the area, closed below, tested our 50%, ran back up, now testing this level, and we're seeing a bit of a sell-off and another retest, and we may have a bit of an engulfing candle here as well. So we may end up having another sell-off back down again for the stock market. All this is telling me right now is that investors are not very excited about holding on to assets right now. All right? That's what the Fed wants. The biggest issue right now, I told you guys, is real estate. The Fed wants to see real estate prices come down, and they're not getting it, and that's why they're continuously, doing what they're doing. That's why we saw the rate pause. Now, I want to bring this up to you guys because I was watching one of my dudes. I was watching Patrick Bet-David earlier, and he brought up an amazing point, and I want to share this with y'all real quick. So let me see here. Where is that? Here it is right here. So this right here is the Fed funds and the lag rate, right? Or the lag effect. The lag effect is essentially when we get the recessions, right? So the gray line is the recession, right? Every time you see these gray lines in the background, gray line here, gray line here, gray line here, gray line here, and a gray line right here. All right. Every time we get a recession or a potential recession, we essentially see the rate pause and then we get the recession afterward, right? So it's usually, and it's on an average between 8 to 11 months. Once we get the first rate pause, the recession typically comes 8 to 11 months afterward. I'm going to say that one more time for my people in the back that's not listening. Once we get the first rate pause, the recession typically kicks in 8 to 11 months after. Does anybody know when we got the first rate pause? Right? Anybody know in the chat? Because I just gave y'all a bar with this. It was November. Yeah, it was November. All right. No. Was it November? Was it November? Let me see. It wasn't November. It was not November. It was. I'm gonna go back. Let me see here. Let me see. Minimize and grab this here. See here. All right. And boom. All right. So here. And let me see here. So it would bring us to. No, it's not then. It was like September. No, was it because we got the first rate pause? April? Was it April? I believe it might have been April, or because we had April and then we got another one in September, right? The last one was in September. No, it might have been before then because it was. Let me go to the last two FOMC meetings. FOMC meeting. All right. There we go. All right. Let's see the calendar here. Oh, no. That's not it. Actually, I wonder if I can pull this up here for you guys. Let me see if I can pull it up here for you guys, because I know we have. Sometimes you can actually filter these, so I don't know if it'll let me do it here. All right. All we want is red. All we want is US and central bank. We don't want any of that. No speeches. Apply the filter. So we had one in September. All right. September was the last pause, and then we had a pause before then as well. All right. Was it August? No. It was July. It was July. So it was July. It was like June, July, August we missed, and then September, right? So yeah, it was July. We got the first pause in July. We didn't have one in August. We had one in September when they paused again. So we had two pauses back to back. All right. Yep, there it is there. So that was the first. So we got to go 11 months from July, right? Is pretty much what we're looking for. All right. All right. So yeah. So we'll be like what? June of next year, right? June of next year, the recession may kick in. Now here's the thing. Yeah, summertime, right? So here's the thing. 2024 is filled with stuff. Okay? What do we got? Let me know in the chat. I want to see how many of you guys are like really plugged in right now. What all do we have coming up in 2024, gang? All right. We got, but everybody knows the halving, obviously. I'm so thankful that's the first thing y'all put in. I'd have been a little hurt if y'all didn't start with the halving. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, if y'all start off with like the election, I'm gonna be upset. Like, y'all better say halving first for sure. All right. I don't know if that made me biased or not. I was looking to, I was like, I swear to, if y'all don't put halving first, I'm gonna be mad. All right, bet. We good. We good. Y'all on my good side, because I was about to walk up out of here, all right? So we got I was waiting too, like, boy, if the halving ain't the first thing they put in here. Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all be having me nervous sometimes though. All right, so we got halving. All right, we got the election. Right, I'm proud. It was a proud moment for me. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all made my heart flutter a little bit, but I'm happy. I'm proud. Okay. Whew. All right, we got boom ETF deadlines. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. All right, so we got halving, ETF deadlines. We got presidential elections. Right, so all these things going on, and the potential stutter step that we usually get. Right when it comes down to this lag effect between 8 to 11 months. We give them 11 months, a little bit of, wiggle room with the average of all of them, right? 8 to 11 months of wiggle room, right? Because right here you see the month count, and then boom, we get there, right? And this is just, the effective funds, right? Where you start seeing that recession happen, boom. Recession starts, boom. Recession starts, boom. Recession starts, boom. Right? So they're saying it went from 15 months one time, 8 months one time, 17 months, 10 months, so between 8 to 11, they're right. And even it was like 6 months here. So they're trying to bring the numbers down a little bit because it was even 6 months way over here in 81. So we get it, right? So it can be a number of months, but we're giving an average between 8 to 11 to be on the lookout for it. This is why you keep hearing people say the recession is coming. And if everybody's like, oh no, it's going to be a soft landing, nothing bad's going to happen, everything's going to work out great. I need y'all to be very mindful of this stuff, because people who have been around the markets are expecting it because they know it's coming. It's a cause and effect kind of thing, right? You can't have one without the other. It's just a delay. It's like a lag. It's a lagging effect to it. So we know the lag that comes with the Fed pausing rates and then potentially seeing the next big swing, right? So this is typically where we start saying, okay, guys, if this does happen the way it's happening, let's be prepared to, pretty much get ready to get out of some of this stuff and ride the next wave. All right. I just keep thinking how much it costs us to support wars and two separate front. Man, don't even get me started on how much money they throwing around, and we got all these issues going on with our economy. So if you know that they're putting money in all these other areas and things like that, like, you got to pay attention to the signs, fam. Like, it says a recession is coming. So yeah, this is the thing, trader. Like, it's not going to be right away. And that's why I keep telling you guys, like, get into the effect now of just getting in and getting out of the market. Start developing the muscle to get out of the trades. Start developing the muscle to say, hey, I'm in for this, and you have an expectation of getting out. Because a lot of times I watch new students come in, and all they talk about is entry, and nobody want to close these trades. And I'm watching the accounts, and I'm like, why are you still in that? That trade's negative now. Oh no, it's gonna come back up because it was positive. So I know it's gonna come back up. I'm just holding on to it. While these other ones are in profit, it's taking care of this one negative. I'm like, oh my. You're finding strategies to stay negative in things now? Yeah, it's a no for me. it's a no for me. Like, I'm not playing them games. I'm getting out of this stuff because it's not the condition to be holding on to stuff for too long. Just stop the thought process of thinking it's a one size fits all strategy for trading. You got to know when it's time to shift gears, right? Like I said, it's like driving down the road. Sometimes it's gonna be a straightaway, and we can just go wild with it, right? Cool. Get in, hold on. Get in, hold on. Get in, hold on. Yes. There's other times where it's gonna be some curves, and you got to know, hey, slow it down, take some profit. Slow it down, take some profit. Slow it down, take. You're gonna go through some chicanes, all right? Those little swerve. Is that what it's called? Chicanes. I used to play racing games a lot, so I think that's what it was called when you go through like the little swervy road. But yeah, man, you're gonna go through some chicanes, and you got to know when it's time to just take the profit. And right now, this is a chicanery. All right, this is a shenaning market, right? Because if it's shenaned once, it's gonna shenan again. All right, so get ready for the shenanigans. All right, so that was a bar right there. All right, there you go, chicanery and shenanigans. There we, y'all. I swear, I got the most lit chat on IM. I promise you. Like, you can't tell me nothing. But yes, all of you guys are professional trade closers. All right, this market malarkey. For real. Like, you got to get into the mind frame, family. We're not here to hold on to these things for life. All right. So yes, a lot of these right now are just get in, get out. It's gonna be a lag to this stuff. So we already got the first rate pause in July. Okay, that was the one, right? Because you can see here, it was what? It was the forecast, right? The previous was here. This was the forecast. The actual stayed that, right? And then we move on. We move on. Maximum allowed. Don't play with me. There we go. All right. Same thing again in September. The actual here. Boom. We pause again. Boom. Right. 2 pauses in a row. Here we are headed towards the next one in November. What do you think they're going to do, guys? What do you think they're going to do, guys? You should see my closing finger is ripped. That way it's strong. Like, look at the muscles on that finger. You see it just tip like, That finger is used to close, close, close. That's strong right there. I do my lifts ups every time. All right, I just press buttons for fun. That's funny. All right. Let's see. Until something breaks. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's the thing. That's the thing, right? They're gonna keep on pausing and pausing and pausing. It's like watching Cameron talk. Pause. Pause. He screams pause every 3 minutes. All right, but that's what we're looking at right now. So we're in a scenario where everything right now is lining up to see potentially another rate pause because they're getting what they're looking for out of the market. All right? That's the whole thing right now. They're getting what they're looking for out of the market. If it continues to move like this, we're going to see another pause. Now, here's the problem. If the stock market starts to rise up any time between now and this, we may get another rate hike. That's the thing. That's the thing. So, yeah, it's a whole lot of it. It's a whole lot of it. The biggest issue is oil right now. Well, oil's gonna do what it does because of the situation with all these war type scenarios, right? Oil always spikes during wartime, right? And now with all these things going on right now with Israel and Palestine and Russia and Ukraine and all the stuff, rumor mills back and forth between China and Taiwan, which I don't think is going to happen. But oil always sparks during wartime. So it's like it's not much you can do. Like, interest rates won't stop that. Like, it doesn't matter how high interest rate goes or how low interest rate goes. Oil is going to do what it needs to do regardless of demand. Like, and if there's a war front going or a situation with war going on, oil is going to be in high demand because they needed to fuel, like, oil fuels wars. Like, it just is what it is. You needed to ship stuff around. You needed to make all kind of things. You needed to, help the economy keep rolling like it normally does. So it's just the demand for it just goes crazy because both sides need it. So yeah, it's a whole thing. That's one reason why you start seeing all those senators buy up all of those oil stocks. I'm like, bro, this stuff. I keep telling you, it's just sad that you can see senators make money from these kind of things when it just doesn't make any sense for them to even be able to participate in it when their job is to make sure that policies and things of that nature are being ran properly, as opposed to them finding areas to line their own pockets. It just don't make sense. The fact that that's not illegal blows my mind every time. Like I don't understand that for the life of me. Like why they allow senators to actually do that and benefit. Like when I saw Nancy Pelosi's portfolio, I was like, how in the world is this woman making all this money? Then what was it? The other senator that just quit, right? Feinstein or passed away, Feinstein. Like she's worth over $100 million. Like really, dude? Really? $100 million as a senator? Okay. Okay, got it. Right, right. I know professional athletes that don't make that kind of money when their career is over with. Like, bruh, stop, ma'am. You went to school to do what? Like, no, it should be illegal 100%. It should. It definitely should. That's like me working at a stock exchange, and I know all the trades, and I'm on my phone just loading up on trades every day. Like, yeah, because I know when the big $1 billion order's gonna get placed, I'm putting my money right ahead of theirs. Like, I be looking like the dude off the Limitless. I have the craziest stock portfolio in the world. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the gist of what I'm seeing for the most part. So for Portfolio Watch, say yes, continue in and out trading, find these entries, get out of the market. I was looking at Ethereum as well. We had another big spike, not as big as the first one we got in here, but yes, it did spike again. Do I think we're going to see another crazy run again? Honestly, I think this is, like I said before, this is one of those setups where it's lining up to basically trap people. That's what I feel like right now. Like when I look at this chart on ETH, I don't see a lot of like, oh man, this thing is giving me all the right vibes for continuations, right? High point down to the low point here, right? And you see it for yourself, man. Like this 50% 618 zone, price came up, tested the level. We may get another push back down to the downside. And when I go to lower time, let's go look at the 30, right? Like you see how this market responded to this level, right? All right, like literally bounced up, hit the area, giant candle hits the zone, turns around, force right back down to the downside. It's a trap. It catches people off sides every single time. And if you're not a part of this world of Fibonacci and price action and smart money and understanding what you're looking for, you get caught. You get caught. You buy in. When you start seeing things spike up, you think, oh man, now's the time. This giant candle just hit this area. Let me buy it. And then wick and boom, prices are running back to the downside and now you're stuck in a horrible position. And it makes no sense. It makes no sense. See, I looked at Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, Halliburton stocks, all shot up, sync on the weekend over war. Yeah, especially stuff like Lockheed Martin and Halliburton, like General Dynamics, all of them, big war company, big weapon manufacturers, like all of that stuff, big R&D product companies. Like, yeah, they're gonna see huge spikes when stuff like this happens. It's the nature of the beast, man. And it's like if you're a part of this space, you get it. You just get it, and it makes sense. But if you're not, and you're just coming in because somebody on YouTube or social media told you to do this and do that, yeah, it's not a good look. See here, since this coffee is actually pretty good. So yeah, man, we're pretty much keeping an eye out for these levels now. If I do see an opportunity in the market, I'll definitely let you guys know. Right now, though, everything for me is just screaming, be patient. Honestly, like this big run up to the upside and seeing price come back down again, like I said, it's more proof of what I've been telling you guys. These levels for selling pressure are all over the place. Same thing here. Price spiked up, big sell. Price spiked up, big sell. If we spend too much time at a level like this, I'm excited. I'm ready to jump in. But right now, based on what I'm seeing, especially even with the dollar index right now, let me go back up to that daily for you guys and refresh. All right, even with the dollar index right now, at these levels, you guys see it. It's still spending time right at the level. All it takes is one conversation from Jerome Powell saying we're pausing rates or we're raising rates, and this thing shoots back up. They like what they've been seeing. The dollar has been running to the upside, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Right? This is what they're looking for, right? We just went over here and looked at all of the last big rate hikes or FOMC meeting, should I say, right? July 26th was the first pause. Let's go back over here. When did this market start running to the upside? All right, let's just zoom in. All right, 23rd. We got July 26th. Right, these are the people that already knew it was coming. This is everybody after, right? July 18th, somebody knew something. July 19th, we saw a spike. So after that last meeting, before they went ahead and gave us the information, they got their positions first, right? How convenient. Right around July, the dollar started getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and they kept the rate pauses going, and we saw the dollar get stronger and stronger and stronger. If the stock market starts to run hot again, we may get another rate hike to speed up the process. If it stays going to the downside, they'll stay paused, and they'll watch the dollar slowly creep back up. If this dollar starts to fall too far and we get a break of structure, we see something wanting to close below here, below 105 or around 105, we may see another rate hike. Just being honest with you guys. The Fed's only going to keep the party going if it makes sense. And like you said, we all know it. They're going to keep pushing the envelope until they break something. And the thing is, the stock market is probably going to be the first thing to break. But what they really want to break is the real estate market. They want that pain to be felt. Once the real estate market breaks, it will be a trickle-down effect. It's the same thing happened in 2008. There's no nice way to say it. All right. See here, he speaks this week as well as I believe on Thursday. Yeah, so we just got to, and the thing is, it's not going to be anything dramatic. Like, nobody's going to see anything wild happen in the market until we get to that next meeting. All right, that next meeting in November 1st, that's the one, right? So even now, right, with everything going on, what is it, the 16th? Everything going on from this day all the way down until we get here, I'm telling you right now, it's pretty much going to be noise, right? Treasury currency report. No, like, nobody's taking a huge position in the market. When I saw that big spike, I'm like, this ain't gonna last. This is nobody's, and I warned you. Some of y'all might not even be listening. I said, if you see big moves before the FOMC meeting, they're usually fake outs. They're usually fake outs. I clearly said this in a previous call last week. If you see any big crazy moves, nobody's taking big positions before the FOMC meeting because it doesn't make logical sense. Jerome Powell can say 2 words and your whole position is gone. It will be gone. So it doesn't make sense to do it. That's why I keep preaching, get in and get out. Get in and get out. If you think this is one of those, we're all going to be riding this thing to the sunset. No, not yet. Not yet. And I also want to reiterate this too, because this is another part of the thought process here. See here. I appreciate you, Joya. See here. It's market maker action to entrant. Yeah, there you go. They're enticing and trapping traders, 100%. And the thing is, if you know this, if you already know this stuff, it puts you in such a different position mentally when you look at this market. You look at this stuff and just laugh. You feel like Thanos. You just smile like, I'll do it myself. All right? Like, you get it. You get it. And it stops becoming like this super scary thing. You just get in and get out. Get in and get out. And all the people that are trying to take these super long positions in the market, you're like, dude, what are you doing? Why would you put all of your eggs in one basket when there's no certainty? There's no certainty. There's no cheap money. There's no incentive to go get a loan to get into the market. There's no incentive to hold these forever right now. This is just dollar cost averaging. A little bit goes a long way in the future. But for the most part, the ones we're really paying attention to, the effort that goes into it, because the dollar cost averaging isn't a ton of effort. We all get that. Every Friday, you get a little bit here, you get a little bit there, you don't think about it, right? But the active trading, being on the sessions, utilizing the app, getting in and getting out, that's your effort. That's when we start becoming more strategic and tactical. Like I keep saying, you're strategic in your thinking, you're tactical in your action. Your action is, the plan is, I'm going from, it's like being in war, right? Like, you in a firefight. You're not gonna get up and just unload the machine gun and hope nobody shoots back. You're like, pew pew, and you run to some more cover. Pew pew. You shoot your little pea shooter off, and by the time you look up, you've taken down enough enemies for you to be able to move a little further into the territory. But that's the name of the game, because when you move further into the territory, that's you accumulating more capital in your account, right? You get stronger and stronger as this goes. All right. It says staggered spray, short burst. Listen, Storm Child plays Call of Duty. All right, that's how it goes. Because I got the Nerf gun. I'm being honest with y'all. I actually got the Nerf guns too with the little motor in them. Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all want to have some fun? Anybody in here got kids? Y'all want to have some fun? Go on Amazon and get the Nerf guns with the motors in them. All right, the ones you put the batteries in them and you load up the little hopper with all the balls and you just that. Oh my gosh. All right, listen, I had them kids in here running around going crazy. Okay, it's a firefight in this place. All right, it's little yellow balls all over the place, and they picking them up, trying to reload them, getting shot in the cheeks. Like it's a whole thing. I got to make them wear safety goggles because it's a whole thing. All right. Since I buy my son one, no, you gonna want one too. That's what I'm telling you, trader. It's more than just getting one. It's a whole experience in the house. All right, you set the basement up so y'all can run around and do stuff. Man, listen, you want to have some fun? Go get them Nerf guns. And they got the big ones. They like about the size of my arm. They big, and they fit like 200 balls in there. And you're gonna put the batteries in there. I'm telling you, you're gonna lose the afternoon. You're gonna lose the afternoon. Your kids are gonna remember that for the rest of their life. Okay. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yes, I'm simply saying this is the time where we're just getting. And you notice, look at the conditions: high point, low point, high point, low point, high point, low point. We're gonna be here until we get the breakout. Once we get the breakout to the upside or the downside, now we know how to play it. Because when we get that pullback, now our ratios of success just went up. Now we can hold for a little while longer. Let me go to this chart here. Now we can hold for a little while longer, right? Because I just told you guys we're stuck inside this area of consolidation, right? We see price hanging out. Let me make this a flat line. There we go. Boom. Right? We got price holding inside of these areas here. I want to pay attention to the zone, right? I want to pay attention to the areas that are lining up, making sense. Price got into this area, paused for a minute, big breakdown, retest off of it, big breakdown, came back up, retested, rejected, big candle broke us into this area, and now we've been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's going to take a big candle to break us out. That's all it takes. Big candle to break us out. And now I'm already seeing what? No area that gives me opportunities. Let me go to the daily for you guys. No area that gives me an opportunity to take advantage of these areas, right? Let me get rid of this for you. Boom. This is as simple as it's gonna get. We had structure. Price is now broken structure. Let's see what happens. If we're gonna keep running to the upside, is the candle gonna close, giving us a higher high? Or are we gonna close back down here somewhere and we're gonna break structure and have a BOS back into this area, and now we're forming another high point, low point, high point, low point, and we'll see how it all plays out. Or we're going to consolidate here and finally break out. So I'm keeping an eye out on all the zones, all the levels. But as of right now, how much time we got? We got like maybe 6 hours left in this candle here. If this candle stays up here and we have a break of structure, great. If we pull all the way back and we start closing down below here, also great. But I'm not moving my trend line until I get a break of structure, and then I'll reevaluate this low to this low. And if I do, right, it'll be something like this, right? And now I want to see if price respects the new trajectory. And if we break below this one, it's going to let me know right then and there, this is not a strong buyer's market. This trajectory of buyer momentum we keep trying to see put together isn't holding. The big buy move that pushed us up was Fugazi, fake, Bazudo, bruh, right? So at that point, we get another fall, another failing of the trajectory. And now I'm going to start looking for more opportunities for us to take sales, right? But as of right now, I'm taking them as they come. That's the name of the game, guys. All right. It says Tank Dixie Tank. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I don't think the DXY is going to fall off right away. I think the DXY is going to continue to run. We're going to get probably into these areas where we start seeing any real sort of failure, and the Fed is comfortable with that failure, because we've seen the dollar get to a place where it becomes exceedingly valuable, right? And when we get back into those territories, that's a different conversation for people that are holding the dollar around the world, because we're in different types of fronts where, one, the dollar has to hold strength because of all the different things that are happening right now with the BRICS agreement and the BRICS agreement is already looking shaky. So the dollar has to hold strength, and it has to show dominance, right? It's like the dollar right now holding at these levels is almost like a war. And I want to be very clear, like the dollar strength is where a lot of the agreements and deals and economic value will start to really wane in other parts of the world. Like if the dollar strength starts to fall, other nations aren't going to be excited to hold on to the dollar. If the dollar holds, we'll see a lot more nations look to get out of the BRICS agreement or look to not even entertain it. All right, and then from there, if we squash the BRICS agreement now, it makes it much more difficult for any other currency to pop up and do something similar in the future, because the dollar strength will always be a thing that we can present. And I think right now it just needs to, the dollar may get here, like I said, and hold at these levels just to show, like, hey, we're not done. The dollar can do what it needs to do, and it's ready to show improve. If we can get here and hold for a while, this may be an extended period of us being here at these levels, and when we finally fall off, it'll be one of the most beautiful runs for traders, investors, real estate holders that we probably ever have seen. I honestly believe the next big run will be one of the greatest runs, and then after that, we'll have a huge fall for the people who did not participate in that run. And it'll be bad. It'll be rough for the people who aren't investing. It'll be rough for the people that aren't paying attention. It'll be rough for the people that are just taking the money from this and wasting it. Because this run here is, honestly, I believe the next big run we see from the dollar when it runs to the downside again. Because here's the deal. We talked about this when Mike was on, when me and Mike were on our channel together. He was going through all these big drops you see. Republican presidents were in office every time we saw these huge runs to the downside. Even in this one, I think this was all Trump right here. Like Trump dropped and it ran back up and it dropped again. And then Biden got in and here. And this thing just went crazy after that. Right. But I really do believe if we get another Republican president, this could be the Republican president starting somewhere up in here, if you catch my drift, and completing our B2C leg. And then once the election's done, 2024, right? Like I talked to you guys about, right? Because I keep saying November. I put this right here on purpose, like you can see right here where the election is right here. I did that all on purpose so y'all can see it. Like I'm not that good, but I'm that intentional, right? So I put this here for a reason, let you guys know. After the election, this could be, I could just raise or lower this wherever it's gonna be. But I think right after November, after the election, whether it's a Democrat, Republican, more than likely probably a Republican president gets in, we should see the beginning of the downward movement for the dollar, and assets start to run again. And yeah, it's big short territory all over again. Dollar weakness, election, halving, the whole thing, Storm Child. It could be literally the perfect storm. No pun intended, because no, that's your name, right? But it could be the perfect storm inside of that scenario. And I need y'all to be mindful of that. And like I said, the lag that comes right in the summer, that you're going to start seeing everybody complaining about debt and credit cards and mortgages and leading up to the election. So it gives all the talking heads their talking points to get people excited about, oh, vote for me and I'll make sure you don't have to deal with it. Vote for me and I'll keep interest rates, and vote for me and I'll make sure the tax code is friendly for everybody that owns a home and blah, 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 and student loan and whatever, right? All the talking heads get their pain points throughout the summer because everybody's going through it, potential recession. Everybody's feeling it. Everything's going left, this and that and third. And everybody who's been preparing for it with the lag coming, or the lag finally kicking in, now we're ready to see this thing finally run. And what have you been doing? Getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, growing that capital. And now, that's what I'm talking about. So you see where I'm going right now. Like, people get so caught up in the fact that, oh, the market's not exciting. It's not giving me crazy movements. I want to see the market rise up to the moon, and then I want to see it. Like, listen, stop. This what we're doing right now. This is loading up the gun. Like, because when it's time, I'm going to be in here hunting for positions to hold on to when the dollar weakens. We can ride it all out in different assets, stocks, crypto, whatever else you guys want to get into. And it's a win-win-win. Drop a 999 in the chat if you guys are following what I'm saying here. Hopefully y'all picking up what I'm putting down. All right. I'm telling you, for you guys right now that don't stay focused throughout this season, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. Listen, I named this session Portfolio Watch for a reason, because it's not so much me giving you entry. It's the mindset you need to have to maintain it. Because getting it is one thing, maintaining it is something else. All right? Getting it is one thing, maintaining it is a completely different world. And I want to make sure you guys are getting the right mindset for maintaining your wealth, seeing what's happening now, and learning how to navigate. All right? That's all. That's all. Once you guys leave these conversations and you have the information I'm giving you and you see what I'm like, anybody talking about the lag in the market after interest rates pause? Nobody's talking about that stuff. Like, I hope y'all screenshot it. I'm going to pull this up for you as well so you can have this as well. All right. Go ahead, screenshot that. Go ahead and screenshot this. You want this. You're going to need this. All right. This is a talking point when you guys are sharing this with your community and you're trying to get people excited. Like, this is the stuff you want to be sharing with people because, yes, I want y'all to have all this data. All right. Same thing I did with the other one, right? When we talked about right here, right? Listen, I will move me out the way. All right. There you go. This stuff is all over the place. You just got to know what you're looking for. So when you have these dates, you know what you're doing. All right. I want y'all to have all these screenshots. So when it's time, y'all can go back and be like, okay, this is a date. And the thing is, like, put these dates on your calendars, right? Make an alarm for them. Like, hey, third deadline, second deadline for Bitwise or VanEck or WisdomTree or Invesco. Like, have these dates on your calendar so when they pop up, you're watching the market. Or put it in here the day before, even better, right? Make the alert the day before these deadlines. So now you know, hey, I might want to I might want to be paying attention to these and have a pendant just in case this thing do something strange, right? Like you see what I'm saying? Like it matters, man. Whew. Hopefully y'all picking up what I'm setting down, man. Because everything doesn't have to be rah rah rah. Give me entry. Some of this stuff I'm showing y'all is like, listen, this is how we stay ahead. This is how we are always making sure that no matter what goes on in these markets, we got the inside track. All right. Have you guys noticed? I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to this. Have you guys noticed that there's so much news right now about NASA and this asteroid thing? Right? Like I've been seeing it all over Google now. NASA looking to mine $10 trillion. I'm like, bro. I'm like, y'all like 3 years late. We've been talking about this for years. It's been popping up with this, the whole asteroid made out of precious metals. It's worth like $10 quadrillion worth of gold and like platinum and all of the stuff. They've been talking about it, like it keeps popping in my Google feed now. I keep seeing it pop up like new articles. I'm like, yeah. They're trying to prep people. They're trying to prep people for the fact that, hey, we're gonna bring gold back from space. I'm telling you, when they drop this heat on y'all, and everybody on the sideline looking crazy, like, what you mean you're gonna bring gold back from space? How you gonna bring gold back from space? We're gonna shoot in a rocket into space, and we're gonna mine asteroids for precious metals. Yeah, and when gold tanks, because now we can get gold from anywhere, from out of space for free. We just bring it back and use it for batteries and solar panels and wiring and everything else, right? Well, not for free, but you get it. It'll be cheaper. We'll have way more gold. We'll have an abundance of gold. What does that tell us, right? That tells us that we're going to need something new to value our currency with, something that's extremely scarce, something that we know has been scarce and everybody can't access. I felt if we could, man, if I could think of something, man, if y'all come up with an idea of what it could possibly be, like, man, I would love to know. Like, I can't come up with nothing on top of my head, but we need something that's scarce, that everybody can't get but has access to, and then at the same time allows you to like track it so you know how much is available. If we could just think of something, man. Like, I don't know what it could be. Something. I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out. Says, hey Kurt, my stepdad claimed crypto has no foundation. Sure, sure. I mean, and that's the thing. Like a lot of older people, they don't see the value in it. Like a lot of older people didn't see the value in credit, and we see how that worked out, right? Whether you like it or not, you gotta learn it because you gotta utilize it. There's no nice way to say it. Like it is what it is. Like Bitcoin is not going away, right? And people that keep thinking Bitcoin is going to be like this over, fad thing is here today, gone tomorrow. You're not paying attention to what banks are doing. You're not paying attention to the blockchain. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, listen, no money has a foundation outside of belief. We can get all of the it's backed by blah 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 blah. No money has any value other than belief. If we believe it's worth something, we hold on to that belief. Done. Done. When we was kids, somebody told us, hey, this piece of paper with a 100 on it is worth 100 other pieces of paper that look like this. And you believed them. And that was it. And everybody else decided to play the game too. And that's it. That's it. And that's it. And now we have a different version of this, right? All right. And the thing is, it ain't just in America, right? We got plenty of versions of the game being played all over the world. I got a European version, I got a Trinidad version, I got a Spanish version, I got a Venezuelan version, I got a Zimbabwe version, I got a Canadian version of the game that we all playing, right? It just is what it is. And when you see Bitcoin, people look at it and try to act like there's no way that there could be a digital currency. And I'm like, why can't it? Why can't it? Because most of us don't even hold on to actual money now. All right. All of that's like probably like I think I got like $20 in Canadian money and $10 in euro. Like I try to make it my purpose to like stop at an ATM every time I travel out overseas, and I grab a little bit of the money over there and just bring it back and keep it. But like yeah, it's a whole thing now. But yeah, we're all playing a different game, man. And the thing is, the older people that grew up thinking gold was the ultimate money are passing the torch now. Like, really think about this. The older, because your children, my children, and me, right? And our children's children won't look at gold like our grandparents look at gold. Like our great-grandparents look at gold. Like our parents look at gold. They just won't. Our children will not see gold and look at it like that. Really keep that in your mind for a second. Just like when our grandparents were younger, they had the milkman. He pulled up in the white truck and brought the milk and set it on their doorstep. That was a real thing like 40, 50 years ago, right? Our children won't see gold the way our parents see it. So now something has to take its place. We're watching the plumbing and the railroads be laid for this new system to come in. And the thing is, for me, is why would you not? He says, no, they will not. They won't. They're not being taught in school that gold is this thing that you need to be looking at and reverence. When our grandparents were growing up, they knew what T-bills and bonds were. They knew how important that stuff was. How if you had gold, how important it was to always try to get gold. Everybody knew that was a big deal. Like remember. Matter of fact, I'm gonna prove it to you. Anybody in this chat, if your parents or grandparents collected coins, put a 111 in the chat. Yeah. If your parents or grandparents collected coins, put it in the chat. And stamps. There you go. Right? They saw things that had different value. Listen, you can't sell me a book of stamps, okay? You can't force me to go out and be like, oh, these stamps are collectible. I don't care about none of them stamps being collectibles. I don't care about none of that. Yeah, $2 bills, stamps, coins, right? All that memorabilia stuff, right? All of that stuff that came from the mint, right? The what is it? The home shopping network stuff. They would stay up late and be on there buying all of that stuff up because it was worth something, and it was the only way you could get it is if you went on there and bought it, right? Y'all remember the Home Shopping Network? You had to stay up late at night and it would come on after all the shows went off, and your grandparents, everybody was on the phone ordering stuff. Yup, yup, that's done. Our kids are gonna grow up looking at crypto and Web3 and blockchain, and they're gonna grow up hearing about Bitcoin. That's their version of gold, family. Yeah, they're gonna grow up hearing about NFTs and how to store value on the blockchain. Mark my words. Mark my words. The new gold is digital. Just like your data is digital oil, the digital gold is gonna be Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. Mark my words. Your data is digital oil. This is why every company fights over data. They want all of your data. They want to figure out what your spending habits are, what your eating habits are, right? The digital oil is data. So the digital gold, don't believe me if you don't want to. All right. And the in between is going to be what? Stable coins. That's why you see every bank scrambling to make blockchains and CBDCs, and you see BlackRock buying up all the Bitcoin mining companies and all these things, because this is like the gold rush in the 1800s. They're finding a whole new way to cement their future in digital information. Why would BlackRock be buying up mining companies? Because it's the same thing as what it was when Wells Fargo was selling pickaxes and shovels to people, and now Wells Fargo is one of the largest banks in the world. All right, family. I just want to make sure the thought process is there, and everybody here is looking at this thinking about the future of digital information and how we're going to take advantage of this stuff. All right, family. So that being said, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys later on this evening at 9 p.m. for Mindset and Harmonics, because last week y'all wanted a little bit of everything. So I'm going to do the same thing again this week. And I went over by a little bit. Y'all know I'll be trying to give y'all a little extra sauce. All right, family. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And as usual, and as always, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. I'm Blue. I'm out. Got me hitting the wrong button. Laughing. All right, family. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later on tonight. All right, fam.